I never hesitate. Trolls barking in the night, thinking that the word is bond, but it's never right. I'ma be alright, got that special sauce, and I know that I'm great. Never fake, run up game, I'm strong, I'm guessing it's fake. Why you spitting that hate? You could have been the greatest ever. You ain't clever, ties get severed, they ain't growing back. Take a seat in the back, foot on the gas, forward motion while I pass you by, flying higher than the eye can see. No intention of stopping as long as beats keep dropping. Nice enough to keep on chopping it up, not hanging back anymore. You've had time to speak, it's my turn on the floor. Absorb, open up and let me in, no invitation needed. You ain't breaking me down, you ain't holding me up. Do what I can to make sure I'm going pedal to the floor. Watch me soar, no hesitation. You ain't breaking me down, you ain't holding me up. Do what I can to make sure I'm going pedal to the floor. Watch me soar, no hesitation.
I'm dropping knowledge with no hesitation. There's levels to this, get to step in for the preparation. To people going through the most hell, see heaven's gates. And I've been stuck in hibernation. Gained a couple pounds, funny, all my fans are heavy waiting for me to drop that. For me to go pop rap, for me to get them radio singles up on the soundtrack. Split a deal, lose my master's tour through the outback. See all the world has to offer me before I bounce back. I fake a money phone, pretend like I ain't never count that. Rake up honeycombs with Queen Bee, blowing loud packs. Have a fake assistant that tells my mom that I'm busy while I hesitate to follow through, copping out to the city. Downplay what I mean to folks, all my thoughts have been shitty. Hesitant more than ever, played on my cards against me. My relevance has been up, but my mental state has been down. I've been worrying more than ever about who's trying to take the crown. Don't you hesitate.
You ain't breaking me down, you ain't holding me up. Do what I can to make sure I'm going pedal to the floor. Watch me soar, no hesitation. You ain't breaking me down, you ain't holding me up. Do what I can to make sure I'm going pedal to the floor. Watch me soar, no hesitation. Boot to the chest, baby boy, kicking it with the big girls. Bent knees, eye to sky and praying. Man is posed empowered and we're biting back. Permission, I'm not needing that. Don't apologize for being bad, ma, this is second act. Curtains for anyone that's thinking that we the weaker sex. Flexing as we enter the arena, no complex. Stay based on the principle, these haters stay needing us. Never backing down, these players keep conceding us. Get on your big boy pants, pull up your bootstraps. Tongues loaded, drop the hammer, breathe and don't look back. Pepper the city with bullshit that's bad seasoning. He said I do this cause I love you, that's bad reasoning. And another thing, insensitivity's insulting. Tough talk is revolting, I'm blitz blazing, gun smoking, bowled over. Knocked out just to get back up, I got yeast still rising. I'm half baked, but you ain't surviving. You ain't breaking me down, you ain't holding me up. Do what I can to make sure I'm going pedal to the floor. Watch me soar, no hesitation. You ain't breaking me down, you ain't holding me up. Do what I can to make sure I'm going pedal to the floor. Watch me soar, no hesitation. They didn't hear us.
Oh, were we on mic?
Oh no, our microphone was muted.
Hello. So we'll just call that a test run, everybody. That's hilarious.
What's up?
Throw some heart reacts if you can hear us now. That's perfect. We got more people in the room now.
Yay. How's it going?
Let us know you can hear us. Mic check 3-4.
Mic check. Everybody give us some hearts if you can hear us.
Da, 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 da.
Are we good? Are we good to go? There's the heart reacts. We are live.
All right,
baby.
cool.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
So, first of all, I'll just say that you guys are all a bunch of enablers to wait that long.
I know, you guys should have said something a lot sooner, that's for sure.
But we'll just start this thing now. Our intro song, that was Modest K featuring J Influential.
Yes.
What's that called?
It's called Hesitation. Unreleased.
Unreleased. Well, it's kind of released now.
Kind of released now.
That's going to be our intro song for a while because I love it. Plus, I love the message behind it. That was recorded at Icon 1 Recording Studio with Alfonso Lee Jones.
Yes.
Get at him for any recording needs. He does it safely.
He's very safe about it.
Yeah, being in the studio is essential, right?
Definitely, it is essential.
But greetings and salutations. Make sure you give us a hello, a what up, a how you're doing. Say hi to Gorilla Pimp. This would be a great time to go find him on Facebook, to go find him on YouTube, go find Rogues Nation. So but we're going to have him joining us here in about 20 minutes. That's what I was saying when we didn't have our audio on, is we're going to be doing this first part kind of alone, and then we'll be bringing guests on as we go. And our main guest tonight is Gorilla Pimp of Rogues Gallery.
Yep, Gorilla Pimp.
So, what's up, everybody? What's new? We hanging in there?
We're doing okay. I said we were a little muffly, so I moved the microphone a little closer. Can
you hear us? We want to make sure we deliver a good show, so we do appreciate that feedback.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Keep us growing.
But, what have you been doing to stay busy, Modest K?
I've been doing, a lot of stuff for the show.
Yeah.
A lot of pre-production things.
This is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work behind the scenes.
But it's totally worth it, man. We're having a blast with you guys.
Super fun.
We've been fucking around with Gorilla Pimp for the last 2 days getting ready for this. So we know that he's coming with some heat. So make sure you share this with your friends. Go follow him. He'll be joining us shortly. But I've been on the internet a lot, Kayla.
Yeah? You've been on the internet a lot?
Yeah, have you been there?
You know what? So have I. I really have.
There's so much information and awesome shit out there. And one of the cool things that I have found recently, and I'm going to start doing this at the beginning of our segments, is just like when I see people doing cool shit, I just want to showcase it.
Yeah.
Our good friend Articulate, who is an Omaha OG, a legend, founding father of hip-hop in this town, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Yeah. Everybody knows Articulate.
Yeah, he's great.
We're going to show what he's up to. He's also a history teacher. And,
crazy.
So he made this little video for his students during quarantine. So we're going to show that for you now.
All right, here we go.
Give us 1 second while it loads. We do appreciate you.
Got some buffering going on here.
A whole lot of buffering. You might just want to refresh that whole screen. We do appreciate you while you're patient with us. You're gonna appreciate it so much when we get our transitions and shit smooth, and you're gonna remember us sucking. So now we have the video ready for you. Here's Articulate delivering some quarantine raps to his students.
There we go.
Mr. Clausen reporting for duty. Kids, get off your Xbox, pick up a book, learn some.
So just start it back at the beginning. Click. With one click.
Some history. Alright? Quarantine rhyme. I am a Brian High teacher. I will just fly through the ether. I will survive when the cure for the virus is finally found through the research. I will just live through the quarantine, giving kids homework on teams. If you don't know them by now, you should know of the Omaha Oracle, born and raised. That's where you go for the scholarship. Susie and Warman in colleges. Don't let the virus demolish your dream to become what you want at the side of it. I am so very proud of you. I wish I could see you in crew. This isn't seasonal flu, so be reasonable. 6 feet between you in rooms. Can you bear all the distance? We're bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we cherish our chances. Can you bear all the distance? We're just bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we turn all the tests in. Can you bear all the distance? We're bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we cherish our chances. Can you bear all the distance? We're just bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we turn all our tests in.
Hey, right. That's what's up.
So, cool. Like I said, I just found that on the internet. That's one of my guys. Like, I love watching his perspective as being a teacher and hip hop artist and just kind of like a wise old soul in general.
Right, for sure.
He's definitely an asset to like the community and everyone around here. Should we try to give him a call?
I think we should. Should we call him?
Yeah, let's. We're gonna give Articulate a call.
Let's give him a call.
See if he answers for old Strawstone.
All right. I think.
Go.
Let's see if he answers.
Hello.
Hello.
Articulate. What's up, man?
In the house.
Hey, what's up? Strawstone, what's going on?
Oh, just trying to find something to do with my hands. You know what I mean?
Aren't we all?
So we came across your video today, and I'm kind of like a fan of anything that you have to say. Anyways, I can like recognize real. Like I appreciate your experience and what you've done. So your perspective matters to me. So when I see you do some things that are a little bit like off the cuff or for the kids and things like that, I mean I love it, and I'm sure everyone that is a fan of you loved it as well. So can you just kind of tell us how that video came to be?
Yeah, the video. Yeah, today. So it's Digital Spirit Week at the school that I teach at. And usually, if you remember in high school, each day during Spirit Week, there's a different theme. And since the kids can't do that this year, there's people in my school, some of the teachers are doing it digitally on social media, on Twitter and whatnot. And today's theme was music. So I got a text yesterday from, my colleague, and he's saying, "Do you have anything you might want to contribute?" And I said, yeah, I mean, I can make something.
Right.
He gave me a beat that was made by my other colleague in the science department. He made the beat, and I just wrote it last night, recorded it this morning, and posted it. And it's just a little quarantine rap for the kids, a little positive message to remind them, like, your teachers are still here. We're still thinking of you. Stay positive, don't let the quarantine get you down or whatever. Right. And that's basically how it came.
That's what's up.
Well, I mean, these kids are bored. So the fact that they if they see that you're bored or that you have that time too, it's kind of like it's a great example. You know what I mean? Like, so my thing was, though, it's like, okay, so let's say I'm a student at your school and I think I can rap. And then I'm bored at home during the quarantine, and I get online and I see my history teacher rapping better than me. Now, you worried about any backlash on that at all?
I would love some backlash.
He said, "Bring all the smoke." Sophomores, juniors, seniors, bring them.
Bring all of it. I would love to see that because that would be some good, healthy competition, and it would probably be better than whatever they're doing right now, staring at a wall or, playing their 14th straight hour of, PS4 or whatever it is they're doing. And it would show that they're being creative, and I would love to see that. If students wanted to bring some responses and try to out rap me or even just respond, that would be dope. I think that would be real dope.
I think it sounds like a challenge too. And what I think, I'm going to talk to you after, maybe tomorrow and kind of get with you. And I think letting that be known that it is a challenge. So out rap this history teacher, you know what I mean? Try to beat him. And also I want to put a challenge out to other artists out there to do something similar. a short little video, a rap, just like you did, where you're giving a positive message, you know. So you're not belittling the youth, and you're inviting them. You're inviting them to healthy competition. So it's kind of I like it, man, and I think there's going to be some people that definitely want to get involved in that. So, what are you doing lately, man?
Well, I mean, I got a lot of free time now. As a teacher, I'm finding creative projects to work on, and thankfully, I'm not short of creative projects to be working on.
That's cool.
My boy Carnage, the Executioner up in Minneapolis, is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
Did trade shows back in the day, man, back, like 04, 05, 06. He brings me up to Minneapolis. I bring him to Omaha, stuff like that. And he and I reconnected just over the past couple of years. And so we're working on a political album.
Okay.
And it's going to be called Anti-Foe. So like ANTIFAUX,
Okay.
Anti-Foe.
Okay. Sounds dope.
We plan to have it. What's up?
I said that sounds dope.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
We both like marketing, so it like anytime, like right away, like when we hear a project and like we're already putting it through that process, and I'm like imagining that, and it's like, okay, I would click on that even if you weren't awesome. So that's always like kind of the goal.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. So yeah, we plan to release it on Election Day this year, since it is heavily political. And we came up with the concept. Like, he did a show in Omaha, and we did the show together. And then he had a show the next day in Denver, opening up for You God. And I was like, dude, let's road trip it, and I'll just fly back from Denver. So we took a little road trip for old time's sake. And on the way, he's like, so what is this project going to be called? We just like started talking about it. He's like, what's it going to be called? And just the first thing popped in my head, Anti-Foe, and we stuck with it. So that'll be coming out, man. It's keeping me busy, and it's the best stuff I've written in my whole life.
I love it. I love seeing we work with a lot of like the youth, but there's like nothing I like more than like seeing somebody with that type of experience coming back out in like the new era. And there's room for everybody, and it's good for art to have the OGs popping their head back out and still creating. So I would love to invite you on to do a full interview sometime. I'll get with you about that. I think we could definitely talk for an hour.
For sure.
We're gonna say goodbye for now, and we're gonna play your song one more time, I think, after we hang up with you. And we appreciate you, man.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate y'all too.
Thanks for
Keep
coming
doing
on.
what you. Absolutely. We'll do it again sometime soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Bye now.
Bye
See
now.
ya.
All right, so we're going to play that one more time. So if you are interested in making a similar video like this, kind of directed towards the youth, or if you're one of the young cats out there, or maybe if you're one of his students that have found your way to this stream, make a video, send it to me. If you can out-rap your teacher, I'm going to play it on here.
Okay.
We appreciate everybody still being with us after all the growing pains that we've been going through over like the last, I guess we've only been doing this about 8 days. But
it feels like 8 years, kind of.
Right. We are obsessed on delivering a great show. So
just letting it load.
We just we hope you go and subscribe to the YouTube. We hope you go and invite your friends to the Nice Enough Entertainment page. When we reach 10,000 likes on the Nice Enough page and 100 subscribers on YouTube, we are going to be doing a drawing for $100 that we'll be sending to you, thanks to a sponsor. And yeah, we have a lot going on, and we couldn't do this without you. And we look forward. We hope you stick around. We got Gorilla Pimp coming up here real shortly.
Yeah, real soon.
But here's Articulate one more time.
Mr. Clausen reporting for duty. Kids, get off your Xbox, pick up a book, learn some history. Alright? Quarantine rhyme. I am a Brian High teacher. I will just fly through the ether. I will survive when the cure for the virus is finally found through the research. I will just live through the quarantine, giving kids homework on Teams. If you don't know him by now, you should know of the Omaha Oracle, born and raised. That's where you go for the scholarship. Susie and Warman in colleges. Don't let the virus demolish your dream to become what you want at the side of it. I am so very proud of you. I wish I could see you in crew. This isn't seasonal flu, so be reasonable. 6 feet between you in rooms. Can you bear all the distance? We're bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we cherish our chances. Can you bear all the distance? We're just bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we turn all the tests in. Can you bear all the distance? We're bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we cherish our chances. Can you bear all the distance? We're just bearing existence. We're bears in our den and we're carrying pens and we turn out our tests in.
Hey. That was dope.
So, yeah, he put that together with a science teacher. So that's cool as hell.
Yeah, that's super cool.
We really fuck with him. So,
yeah.
We're going to definitely do an interview with him. So let's talk about our guest coming up.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about Gorilla Pimp.
Gorilla Pimp. He is a hip-hop artist from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yeah, he is.
A member of the rap trio Rogues Gallery. Even though every time that I've announced him on stage, I get a speech impediment and I say Rose Gallery and I sound stupid, but I look excited, like I know what I'm talking about. So most people just let it slide, but that's happened at least twice.
It's okay.
He makes solo music. He makes music with his group. He used to be in I say legendary group, the Black Mask Armada.
Oh.
So I knew about them back in the day. So it's kind of cool. So when I first got into hip hop and doing battles and whatnot, our friends were kind of buzzing about the Black Mask Armada, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about because I was not tapped in at all. Oh. And so then to meet people, through what we're doing and kind of hear the old names and the associations, we're happy to know Levi, the Gorilla Pimp. He's an interesting fella.
Yeah. So
we're going to go ahead and start. Before we bring him on, we're going to go ahead and play one of his solo music videos. It's Who You by the Gorilla Pimp.
Okay, now give me one.
And it might take a second for us to load. So go ahead, and if you have any questions for him, make sure you put them in the comment section. If you have any questions for us, if you have any somebody that you think we should interview, go ahead and let us know. We're definitely we're trying to get better all the time. And Nick, I'm reading your comment. Thanks for coming on, man, especially last minute like that. That was clutch. So
for sure.
Just like and I've talked to some artists and they're like, "Oh, I don't have Skype." Everybody has Skype. It's a free app. You don't have to have a big setup or anything. If you have a quiet room and a decent phone and ability to download the free app, you can be a guest on our show.
All you need is an email and a phone.
Shout out to our YouTube viewership.
Yes, shout out.
That's been going up pretty steadily. We are at 70, I think now, or 69. So if you are not one of those 70 or 69 people, we would love for you to come and subscribe to our YouTube. We're uploading short clips, long clips, exclusive behind the scenes stuff, as well as a consistent flow of these interviews. So it would mean everything if you'd support this. It's not, we're not clout chasing. We're trying to build a platform for these artists. So
we're having fun.
And we're having a blast. So thanks for rocking with us. We're going to go ahead and play this video now. Gorilla Pimp, Who You?
Let me start by saying I'm ashamed of what I witnessed. A million fucking rappers and 3/4 of them bitches. I don't need to turn a hand out any fucking limit, and I'd still be slapping pussies, hold it down, Gorilla Pimp, and that's my crew. East side when we slide through, all of us is bumping, and then you I need to lie to. Fuck that, I keep it real until it hurts. Blood coming from my mouth, I'll spit it back up on a verse. That's my game, between your eyes is my aim. I train to put these motherfuckers through my mind frame. Ice cream is what you hold instead of mics. With your rose colored shades, I see you licking like a dyke. That's tough dealing, and puppy love is for the young children. All I know is pimping hoes and fucking drug dealing. You can take me out the rest, but not the rest about a young villain. Blow my brains out at a venue, show you how it's done.
what to do, kid? Ha, that ass looks stupid. Big weight, the only thing we moving. And if you in my way, I'm asking, who the fuck are you, bitch? 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 And when we fucking up, tell me where the fuck was you, bitch?
Real talk, just know that we will walk all up in your house and cut your motherfucking grill off. Decision where you make your decisions, I feel the next was a vision. With an excavators feel like a real top power. A good time, dollar, kill much smaller than your future. I'm the real one. I can feel one slaughter. I'm a lethal intravenous of a real narcotic. If you listen, pay attention, this gon' pass your comprehension. If you stupid, learn a lesson. I'm the king of cause attention. That can mean a lot of different things for those that are my enemies. But if I bring the clarity, the AOD defended me. I'm never gonna be the one to back it down. I'll make it stop. I'm always finna run my mouth until you make the gaggle pop. But if you really need to run and go and fucking grab your gun, I promise in the end, bitch, I'ma be the one who won.
Not just anyone can do this. Gorilla Pimp is fucking ruthless. Two fists, leave that mouth toothless. And when you falling out, I'm asking, who the fuck are you, bitch? 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 And when we fucking up, tell me where the fuck was you, bitch?
Hey, that was Gorilla Pimp. Excuse me. That was Gorilla Pimp, Who You.
That was
and
dope.
With us now, we do have the Gorilla Pimp.
The Gorilla Pimp.
Where is the Gorilla Pimp?
Where is he?
Oh,
make sure you.
Oh no.
What is
What do we have going on here? Oh man. Always a sportsman. He can't be contained.
I can't believe this.
This is now the Gorilla Pimp Show. Live from Sioux Falls.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the news you've all been waiting for, the biggest, the baddest, the fattest, the freshest, the most compactest, the one, the only,
This is happening.
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
always one for humility. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
You can't just say you're good after that. God damn it. So if you're just joining us, yeah, there's a lot of people watching. You gotta spray them motherfuckers.
Spray it down.
So say hi.
What's up?
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. We're just hanging out. We just watched your music video, Who You. That's a solo. So have you always kind of done solo and group shit at the same time, or were you a solo artist first? Would be my first question.
No, I started recording in a rap group in the BMA.
Okay.
And I never did anything solo except for like one song on each album until after the BMA disbanded, and then I wanted to try to do solo, and it didn't last very long because Rogues Gallery picked my ass up right quick.
Smart boys, they are. Shout out to them.
Shout out.
We like.
Yeah, what up, Dustin? My brothers, how you doing?
Those are good guys. I fucking love watching Louis perform. It's like my favorite thing in the world. That is like the most he has so much swag, dude. He don't know what the fuck to do with it. It's amazing.
All over the place. Yeah, he's just dying. He's going nuts.
Oh,
I love it. I can't keep up like that. If I start jumping around, my tits start hitting me in the face, and I don't know what to do.
I don't think anyone can blame you for that, man. So I can kind of relate to you. I started my rap career in a rap group as well. I started in a group called Dab Squad, though, which surprisingly to everyone came soon after or before my divorce, around the same time, which probably didn't have anything to do with each other, probably. But yeah, man, it's when it comes to creating in a group, it's just like a different vibe. Like finding like a role in your group. What would you say your role is in Rogues Gallery?
The role that I've assigned myself is to always be like the most immature one, the cartoony one, the chaotic guy, the chaotic weirdo of the group. Try to be like the loudmouth, you know what I mean? That's what I always try to do.
You're great at it, dude.
Thank you. And then I would say I work really hard on like always trying to find the shows and staying busy and things to do. So I love talking to like promoters and bar staff and things like that too, because that's just something I've always done. So it's great to bring that and put it to work in a new group.
Let's bring that up. You work in a venue as well, right? So like
I work at Big's Bar and I'm the head of security.
Very cool. So again, a relatable thing. You know, it's when you're involved, like you just love it a little more, man. When you've worked door, when you've helped lug the gear, it just means a little more. You've sweated a little more for it probably than most people that just show up and rap.
For sure. Absolutely, man. And you know, because of that, I attend a lot more shows than just hip hop. I do, there's rock, country, burlesque shows, comedy things, all sorts of different kinds of rap from all over the country. And, it's always good to just be a part of that. I like helping artists load in and load out and things like that, shaking a hand or two.
You want to give like a shout out to like the people that are out there on the road, like, or whatever, our industries, it like has a lot of uncertainty. I mean, you've made a lot of people smile. So, I'm sure they're loving seeing your face if they're finding this stream somehow. So,
well, I'm not sure who's on it, but, shout out to the Rogue Nation, that's our fan base. And, it's small, but it's extremely dedicated. We have very loyal individuals that listen to us and support us. And I love every one of them like a dear friend. There's no half stepping involved with that. So what's up, everybody? If you're watching, I really appreciate you guys being here.
So we have a fan question already from Neves Omaha. He said, "Is it hard out here for a gorilla pimp?"
It's a little easier now that Harambe died. I get a lot of sympathy.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I get a lot of sympathy. And also, a lot of people just they don't put a lot of pressure on you when you can drag your knuckles across the floor. So
that's true.
It's pretty easy.
So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to play the Rogues Gallery video Demons, just to give them a little more taste of that side of your music now. So you won't be able to hear it. You'll hear us like oohing and on and all that shit, but we'll be back shortly. And while you're watching, if you have any questions for Gorilla Pimp, this is a great time. This is also a great time to go and follow him on all social media. Go follow Rogues Gallery. Go follow all of that. So,
yeah, and it's going to be just a moment.
Cool.
Before the video plays, I want to give a quick shout out to my super hype man Cheeseburger. He's the guy who created this lyric video and does tons of our computer work. So what up, Cheesy Beezy? We love you.
Oh, and this is actually fairly new, right?
Yeah, this is brand new. This came out maybe 3 weeks ago. Just about a month ago.
That's
but we clocked in about, I think it was about 38 hours or something like that, just making this.
We talked about that when I was in town, man. It takes a lot to learn that side of things. I really like Cheeseburger, man. It's good he's one of those ride or die dudes, and he'll be with you while you're creating. He's gonna be on your side. So
absolutely.
So we're gonna go ahead and play that video now.
It's still loading a little bit.
Oh, it's still loading.
It's still loading. Just one moment.
We're gonna pause it still while it loads a little bit. Why don't we talk a little bit about the last time we seen each other?
Where was it? Mac Lethal? The Mac Lethal show here in town?
Yeah, like when the world fell apart.
Oh man.
Right before the end, yeah. That was. I know your butthole was clenched the whole time because you didn't know if this was the last night of all this or not. That was right before the big outbreak.
Yeah, things were crazy. I appreciate you during that week, being someone that I can kind of lean on a little bit, because obviously I didn't know where to put my mind. You know what I mean? Especially as somebody who was responsible for people and the good time.
And also being away from home.
Being away from home alone. It's always good to have a big 300-pound Indian guy named Gorilla Pimp to escort you around town.
All right, we ready?
So we're gonna go ahead and play this video now.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, Okie dokie.
We've all got our demons, but mine are the meanest. They won't let me get too close to the ones I need the most. They're angry and violent, they show uninvited.
I don't hear you.
So you better run away, for my demons come to play. They're angry and violent, breaking my psyche to play inside it. Try staying silent, I'm failing, there ain't no way to hide it. I count the days, I'm just waiting to say I'm okay lying. So stay away, ain't no winning the battle, I ain't fighting. Hands up, I surrendered all my control over. Not because I was weak or wanted to roll over, but because my soul's already froze over. Life gave me the cold shoulder, so why not pull all these ghosts closer? I understand some hell comes with the heaven, that's why I embrace it all. The sixes and the sevens, the angels doing right and them witches all fish netted. We some creatures of the night, but love the light when we can get it. Whenever I feel something's eating at my heart, I know them devils in me been there from the start. I pray for David, I feel better in the dark, cause they're holding me together while they pull me apart. We've all got our demons, but mine are the meanest. They won't let me get too close to the...
Alright, no. So we're gonna go ahead and it decided we were done, so we can be okay with that.
It sounds super dope, though.
Yeah, we love that song.
Like, I wish it would keep playing.
I think Modest K has one of your songs in her like daily rotation.
I do. Drug Abuse is like my favorite Rogues Gallery song.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Drug Abuse is great. We love it.
Yeah, that's my favorite daily rotation.
Yeah.
So first, every time we start talking first, it's not first, Straw. It's
next.
Like, next is the word. Next, motherfucker.
Fucking up, Straw. You're fucking up.
Oh, man, I try my best sometimes. I just want you to kind of like tell us a little bit about like when you first started rapping, like how old you are, like what your inspirations were. Just like give us like a brief like little background of like what like made you into like Gorilla Pimp.
Yeah, well, I'll try to make it as short as possible. I started writing when I was 12 years old. I got into hip hop at 12 years old. Because of DMX, honestly, because of DMX, you know, that song "Party Up" was a big hit, and I loved it. And that was officially when I thought I could lace words together, you know. And so I started writing myself at 12. And then when I was like 14, right before I got incarcerated in the juvenile system, I heard Tech Nine, and that was the Angelic album. And then that really made me think, oh, I can use hip hop as poetry. I can use hip hop as pain injection, you know. And so that really started spinning the wheels to kind of be the artist I am today. While I was locked up, for 2 years in juvenile systems because of a federal charge. And we used to run all the time, you know, during they used to make us work out and we'd run. And I'd rap cadence while we ran. And eventually people started calling me 8 Nasty. Okay. And then it turned into 8 Nasty, the Gorilla Pimp. And then once it went to that, people just started calling me GP. And so from GP, I just kept it Gorilla Pimpin' the whole time.
Man, what's it like to have the coolest rap name probably like in the Midwest, man?
It's really funny, man. Like when my first time in the studio was a couple of different rappers. I had no idea who they were. They didn't know who I was. And I was like, oh yeah, my name's Gorilla Pimp. And they were like, well, that's a fucking goofy name. Why don't you name yourself like Gorilla Daddy or something? I remember told me to call myself Gorilla Daddy, and I said, so you'd rather call me Daddy than Pimpin'? I was like, that's kind of gay, right? You know, and they were like, oh yeah, Gorilla Pimpin's fine, that's all good then, you know. And so, you know, people pronounce it weird. Like I was listening to you guys earlier, and you guys are like Gorilla Pimp, the Gorilla Pimp, you know what I mean? And
ultra white.
Yeah. our next guest up is the Gorilla Pimp, you know, and it's just like, well,
straight from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Sure, you know, everybody ends up just calling me GP, and that kind of rolls off and makes a little more sense.
So we at Modest K, she's getting her research game down. Yeah. So we found some things about you on the internet. We just kind of want you. We're going to show you some pictures we found. So first one we actually found your.
So I wanted.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, I wanted to go back and find some pictures of your childhood, you know, back in your teen years, and I happened upon this photo of you going to the prom.
What is it?
It's a picture of you.
Oh, yeah, my prom picture.
Did you have a date?
I didn't have a date. I honestly didn't. I never have ever had a date. So that was, I just went and I dressed to the nines, and I started smacking people around with my cane all night just because I know they didn't want me there. So, I dressed to the nines that night. I rode a giant banana car to school, and it was pimping. Pimpin's pimping.
Awesome. Great. Great. So,
that was a great picture. I can't believe you found that. I don't even have it on Facebook. You must have went on my MySpace for that one.
I'm a really good detective. So, then I wanted to ask you a little bit about your acting experience.
Tons of it.
Because I was doing a search on IMDb and I happened to find this picture of you and this young lady. And she doesn't look very happy, but...
So is that a music video?
No, man, that was...
Is that your filming of King Kong? I mean...
That was actually a parody called King Dong. Oh. And she was my main support. Her name was Meredith, and she was a cool old broad. But they didn't pay very much. And, you know, I caught a really rough case of like 1940s syphilis, which is like a totally different kind of syphilis. So, it took a lot of penicillin injections right to the member there to get rid of that. So I stopped doing it. I stopped acting and I turned over to music.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Probably a good choice.
So
yeah.
Now I hope these are okay.
I hope it's okay.
Not everyone has the resources that we have here at StrawTalk to find.
Oh yeah, I actually have like an old director's cut of King Dong in my room, and sometimes I
you don't. No, you don't.
I was in Sioux Falls and I found that copy.
Oh, no. Where do you think I got that photo? It's a still frame.
Well, I'm gonna need that back, man.
King Dong saved our marriage, bud.
You said you weren't gonna say anything about that.
But so
slipper the old banana peel.
We don't want to put you on the spot about anything.
We never want to put anybody in like an uncomfortable position, especially.
I don't know, considering the fact that you came into my house and raided my closet and stole my only porn from 1940.
Okay, so we're bringing that up from like 30 seconds ago.
On the spot.
Okay, I'm a different person now.
We're talking about something completely different. So typically we wouldn't ask you to explain this, but we really just need you to explain this. I found this picture, and I'm just not quite sure what to make of it. Gorilla Pimp, I wish.
Who is she?
I mean, is that a she? That's
who is he?
He.
No, that's Meredith today.
Who is that?
You guys are still together.
We're still together.
That was at the 60th year anniversary of King Dong. That's Meredith today. And we were just trying out some of those old moves, for show, for the fans, signing autographs and giving silver bareback gorilla rides.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So...
we're gonna just quickly move on.
Yeah. So all right. So we're done. Meredith,
by the way, baby, I love you, man. I love you, honey. I'll see you soon.
So thanks for playing along with our jokes. We do like to keep things mostly serious. What I think would be good for us to do next is like just kind of show like Gorilla Pimp in action, and just have you kind of narrate like the mind, what's going through your mind, you know? So like just like a live performance clip that we have.
So yeah, I found this live performance clip.
So like what exactly is going through your mind at this point?
What is going through your mind at this exact moment?
Are they also part of Rogue's Gallery? We have so many questions. Can all of them rap?
No, one of them in the back one there played the skin flute.
Okay.
The other one up to the left there, he used to fling shit at a wall and make the slap sound, so he's kind of like the percussionist.
Yeah.
And I was in the front, and this was this was in high school too, and I was in a monkey cover band called the Junkies. Okay. And this was our first show.
Okay. So, Modest K, I just want to give you a shout out for not only being able to engineer the show, but to be able to find like such amazing like factual items about our guests to obviously keep us like we're cutting edge over here.
You know,
that was my first show. I can tell you right now, I was so nervous, I pissed in my own mouth.
All right.
I don't know what to say to
so at that, after we actually do have some live footage of you rapping.
Have live footage of Gorilla Pimp.
So we're gonna show Gorilla Pimp rapping live for real. The jokes are over.
Gorilla Pimp.
Yeah.
Because he Gorilla Daddy.
Okay.
So and you know what? He's funny and he's like has the ability to push his group forward and himself forward, but the guy can actually rap too.
Yeah.
So let's watch him live. Let's watch him rap.
Okay. It's gonna take
a second. So I'm gonna find why we're not gonna be able to see you for a second while this loads. I'm gonna talk about something else quickly. Oh man. It's got to be super quick, though. You know what this is? I'll talk about where this is at. This was at the Gathering of the Juggalos, I believe.
That's right.
Him and Rogue's Gallery. Can you tell us how you got that opportunity?
Yeah, Psychopathic Records every year throws a competition called Demo Jams. I've submitted my music for years, but this year they picked it up and threw me in the competition, and I just karate kicked my way to the big win. So we played on the main stage Friday night at the big main stage at the Gathering of the Juggalos, and we shared that stage with tons of artists like that night Suicide Boys was the main opener or the main headliner.
That's what's up.
And Token was there. He's a really cool dude, and they gave us everything. We had a trailer, we had a meat tray and some Capri Suns, and it was just great.
Sounds awesome.
That's what's up. So we have this loaded enough to play, I think. So we'll play a little bit of Gorilla Pimp and Rogue's Gallery rapping at the Gathering of the Juggalos. And what was this, 2019 or 2018?
This last year, 2019.
2019, because they're active, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All right.
Throw down, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to throw down, give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. Give me a whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big Gathering of the Juggalos welcome to the one, the only, Gorilla Pimp.
Are they booing you?
Are y'all ready to kick this off?
No, they're whooping.
I know. I'm kidding.
Here's my brother. Yo, let's start it like this.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Man,
dope.
you owned that fucking stage.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. You said we did good. Yeah, that was really fun to do. And when I was on that stage, one thing that I did that I like to mention a lot of the times was I wore a hand over my face. I face painted a red handprint over my face, which is in honor and love for the missing and murdered indigenous women in the Americas. You know, see over here in Prairie Land, we have a big problem with that. So I raised a little bit of awareness during my platform too, and I was really proud of that. So
should be.
Good job sharing that one.
I love that, man. You could be a big, mean, loud motherfucker and still have a big heart. It's all about actions, right? So I think you're a pretty swell fella.
Well, I think you're a pretty smell fella too.
Now, before I kind of want to talk about what I mean. You I think you would say that maybe you're misunderstood by some. And I just kind of want you to talk about what makes you different and what makes you feel like maybe you're a little misunderstood by, like, you know, certain groups or new wave type shit.
Yeah. Well, I think the first thing that always becomes a barrier is that I rap with aggression, and you know, I am a juggalo. However, you wouldn't find that my music is all juggalo-y horrorcore stuff. But you will find a very aggressive edge to it, or very dark undertones, stories. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I write the best stories, and they're always really sad, but they're always really straight to the point, and dark, because that's a reflection of what my life is. You know, like, I do feel like I'm misunderstood for the most part. Like, I rap my ass off, and I'll go bar for bar to anybody out there. But you just won't walk into a room filled with rappers and get the same level of, you know, I'm a fat guy, I wear camo shorts and the same Mick Foley t-shirt everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm hairy. I make myself stand out by not playing into the part of hip-hop artist. But it comes with adversity, you know, to the point where until you get up on that stage and you bust your shit, people are looking at you the whole time like, what the fuck is Tubby McFatfuck with the merch booth over here for, you know? But every time I hit that stage, once you get off of it, then it all changes. Oh, holy shit. Oh man, I didn't know a big guy could rap like that. You guys were awesome. You guys are dope as fuck. I can't believe what I heard. And, you know, like, so that's always the main drive, is to appear one way and then just get them with the other way, you know?
Right. It's almost like, I guess after a while, it almost like becomes a game a little bit, to where it's fun to surprise people.
For sure. And I'm very outlandish too. You know, like I said earlier, I'm kind of cartoony and immature. So I'm always trying to make people laugh. You know, there's not a big serious bone in the body. I never really walk into a room and just command everybody's attention. I kind of like steal it from them by making them smile or being like, what the fuck did that guy just say? You know, so it is kind of like cat and mouse with that. And I do like it.
I definitely see that with you. I think you're I mean, I'm your friend, so I can say it a little bit. You're a little bit of a conundrum. You are just like me. Sometimes I think I'm my own worst enemy. I can get in my head. I think you get in your head a little bit. I think a lot of it is you have put out that effort, so you do know the real pain of of being shunned or not being appreciated or being in thankless positions. But at this point, as we kind of it's almost like you get to an age to where it's like, it's hard to be convinced in the other direction. It's like it's okay to be bitter. It's okay for that to be part of our personality because we've put out that work, you know. And I don't think you're done growing or reflecting, but I definitely think we get to a point to where maybe we can be a little bit stubborn.
Well, it's a back and forth involved with that. So as the artist that I am, being in different groups and stuff, I kind of have musical outlets involved with the things that I want to project. So I'm not really just spinning my wheels with the same kind of energy all the time. Like right. Gorilla Pimp, he's got this chip on his shoulder. Fuck you. You made fun of the little fat kid, so he made sure he could fucking rap better than you. Fucking punch your teeth through your lip and do everything he can possibly do to outshine, you know, the bullies that he faced. But since I've grown, I created another group called Chili Nelson, which is like it's hip hop with these country undertones. But I take those lyrics very seriously. You know, they're about my kids, they're about my family, they're about my feelings and shit. So it kind of depends, you know, and I just kind of put them in different places. Black Mask Armada, for instance. Okay. Black Mask Armada was extremely politically driven. It was really aggressive, but it was constantly just like, don't trust the government, you know, quit your bigot stereotype bullshit. You know, it was always something very aggressive. And Rogues Gallery is more of this, we're rappers, we're burnt out, we're sick of watching the same old shit happen again and again. It's like hip hop is like on some kind of shitty rerun, and we want to mix it up a little bit. We want to piss people off. Right. So we got, you know, kind of knives in the hands with Rogues Gallery. And yeah, Chili Nelson, he don't care about none of that. You know, he's just another guy in my head that is sad all the time and wants to put that out in a nice, happy undertone. So,
what would you say is like what's like always your consistent saving grace with like your decision to be an artist? What makes you like where it's like at least you know you're gonna have that high, like whether it's like opening up with your like the same song, or you know getting to hang out with the boys, or you know even with all the bullshit, what's like your like the keeping moment?
I think the main drive, my main force to keep doing it is I've gone this far. There's no way I'm going to quit now. I had a kid, and when I had a kid, everyone was like, well, you better hang up that rap shit. And I was like, no, fuck that, because I'm not going to ever tell my kid the story about how her dad gave up and had a dream and then quit it. So that's my driving force. It's like, I'll be doing this until I can't physically. Whether success be damned or whatever happens. We have a long life ahead of us. Mm-hmm. I just turned 31, so I'm not really worried about the age limit. Mm-hmm. But I just know I'm not fucking stopping until I get what I wanted. Right. So that's my main drive.
I love it, man. You're always working. I don't think since I've known you or I've been acquainted to you, you haven't really taken a day off when it comes to like trying to push your music forward for your group or yourself. So
we see it. We see you.
Well, good. Thank you for that. I do think I am a hard worker. You know what I mean? And I don't just do it for my group too. You know, I'm finding shows and work for other rappers in town. It's an honor to do something like that. You know, when you have promoter friends that they don't, and you know you can get them a spot. I don't just take everything that comes my way because I know another artist in town that's going to be better for this fitting, or I know a guy who's just starting off and I want to see him push ticket sales like I did when I was young. You know what I mean? Like I want to see the wheels moving in other sectors, because I think it's important. Otherwise, the city becomes stale.
Absolutely. Sure. And I can say personally that you've helped me in like very unselfish ways on multiple events to where you weren't involved, or you interjected yourself and your energy when, you know, I can just definitely attest to you being a very selfless individual. So before we kind of say goodbye and play like another song by you, what, after all of even though there's so much like uncertainty in the world, what's next for Gorilla Pimp and Rogues Gallery and just like you, Levi?
Right now, Rogues Gallery has been in a huge conundrum because the same engineer we've used all as individual artists for the past decade, he finally retired. And then our favorite producer, he retired. And then now there's this epidemic where we just had a show scheduled just a couple weeks ago and we had to cancel it. And we were having artists from all over the Midwest coming, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, you guys, you know, I mean, we had a mission with that show, and then that kind of flopped too. So what we're doing right now is we're trying to do what you guys are trying to do. You know, we're trying to set up a basement right now and create some form of entertainment that isn't constantly just hip hop, but helps us build our character and build our repertoire with our fan base by speaking with them.
Mm-hmm. Well, we would love to help you guys with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we would love to help. You know, I know we just got kind of all the equipment rounded up, like our lighting and our miking and everything that we needed. So now it's kind of going to be piecing all those pieces of equipment together and trying to create something here. And hopefully we'll get that done real soon. Another thing that we're working on right now is new merchandise. I won't lie to you. I'm gonna say something that I always say something that other rappers can either agree with or not agree with. During this pandemic, there has been an excess amount of local artists who only get 1 or 2 shows every other month anyway, and it's a 15-minute set opening up or what's his name, so and such. And right now they're kind of using this epidemic as like a way to like convince people that they're artistry and that they're out of work and that they're going to be extremely poor. And it's like, well, you know, I'm not going to lie to anybody. We only had the 1 show scheduled, and then we were looking at a couple premises for future shows. So our merchandise not selling at that 1 or 2 shows isn't crippling us financially. So what we want to do is instead of creating some sort of storyline about how we want you guys to buy our merchandise during this downtime, we want to create new merchandise and a new way for our people to purchase it, which we're going to, you know, like an online store. And we're going to use this downtime as a launch time for that. It has nothing to do with us financially struggling because we can't rap, but it has everything to do with us now having the time to want to create something bigger and better for the people that appreciate us.
Absolutely. It's kind of, we get that because there's so many things that as we've like built Aorta Hip Hop and then Nice Enough, it's like if we had a spare minute, we would do this for our people. It's like we've always wanted to do this or that, and now that you have the time, you're just finding a way to deliver for your fans, and I respect that, man.
That's exactly it. You know, and we 100% all the time. Quit coughing, dude. Jesus Louise.
I smoke a lot of blunts.
I've always promised our fan base that honesty comes first, period. We do not use the guise of rap artists to promote how like blessed or we are or anything like that. We just say, hey, we invested, we made a financial move, we made a creative move. This is what we're doing it for you, and we're doing it with our bare knuckles. We're not blessed or humbled or honored or nothing like that. We're just hard workers, and we relay the truth to our fans so that they know they're getting the real deal all the time, even past all the aggression and everything. So
absolutely, I can tell your fans, they know what to expect from you guys, and that you guys are definitely come across really well for genuine working class people that really don't want that bullshit. So
I don't have enough money to be bragging about the money I got. You know what I mean? So my rap is always extremely different.
Right. Absolutely.
I see you got a lot of loyal fans that are hanging out in our chat tonight, so that's pretty awesome.
Big shout out to all of them.
Shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us tonight.
The only thing, earlier today, I seen you share it too. I made like a wrestling promo for the show tonight. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of fun shit that is really just for that rogue nation. You know what I mean? Other people that don't know who we are going to be like, yeah, that was excessively stupid. But our people, it's like, well, we know when we watch the Three Stooges, we know what to expect when we watch Three Stooges. It's not an episode of Columbo. It's an episode of the Three Stooges.
We can relate more than you think, my friend.
Yeah, totally.
we come from Smoke Break and Dab Squad with you know, we that's why we love you. You know, yeah. we do appreciate that, like, genuine, not giving a fuck, having fun. So
for sure.
I love you guys too, Justin. You know, I didn't want to come on here and kiss your fucking ass, but I will just a little bit. I'll tell you one thing. I've been doing this now for about a decade, and as far as promoters go, you're a damn decent one. Probably one of the best I've ever met in a 10-year period. I love how you kind of came back onto the scene with the whole "fuck that pay-to-play" thing. You know, that's the kind of attitude that I have. You call that shit out, and you change what you want to see change, and you let everybody else who disagrees with you fuck right off about it. So I have a lot of respect for you, buddy. So thank you for having me on the show. Modest K, you're a phenomenal MC.
Well, thank you so much.
So
thank you.
I appreciate you, brother. I'll be hitting you up soon about a lot of things. And I just to kind of reply to that, I just want to say you've been one of the circle of people that like even since Aorta Hip Hop that I've been able to hit up and be like, hey, is this bullshit? Hey, is this all right? And I definitely look to the people that have that experience. I just literally am just a collection of bad experiences, and as my good friend and confidant and OG Mike Fantastic says, we apply the science. When we learn things, we have the science, then you have to fucking apply it, whether it's yours or not. So we love you, dude, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys. Thanks, Rogue Nation, for watching. All my homies, I love you guys. Louis, Griff, look us up. Rogues Gallery on Facebook and YouTube. We need those numbers up. So
go
get
check
your
it
ass
all
up.
out. Mash.
Hey, virtual elbow dap, my friend. Hey.
Bam!
Elbows out. Hey.
I'll talk to you later, bro.
I can't believe I just showed my ashy ass elbow on this.
You should use lotion every day.
Damn.
Moisturize.
We'll talk about that next time.
All right.
Later, guys.
Later.
How do I?
Oh, he was just saying.
Right.
He was just saying. How do we?
He was about to say, "How do I hang up?" But got you.
So that was Levi.
That was the Gorilla Pimp.
The Gorilla Pimp.
He makes fun of the way we say it, but
the Gorilla Pimp. He's the Gorilla Pimp. What a fun guy. What a fun interview.
I know, I had fun.
When I was in Sioux Falls and the world was ending, we went and ate food and smoked weed and like just kind of made bad jokes at each other the whole time.
You know, for that, I'm actually super grateful to Levi, like, for doing that with you while you were away, because, like, that was a pretty scary time.
Yeah, and shout out to the Elevated Rebellion boys were really good to me while I was there. All the venues. We really love Sioux Falls.
We love Sioux Falls.
We miss being out on the road. We were really building, and we still are building a collection of families.
Still are.
So shout out to Des Moines, Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Tulsa, Topeka, all of you guys everywhere. Kearney. We love y'all. Make sure you guys go and follow Rogues Nation. Or Rogues Nation. Become part of Rogues Nation by following Rogues Gallery.
Yes.
On YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter. I believe they have all that shit. So that's important. And if you go and watch their videos, the ones we've shown, tell them that StrawTalk sent you. Just because I want to see that one time. Because I'm lame.
Yeah, we're curious.
So, we have been uploading things to our YouTube daily, so shout out to our YouTube viewership. Make sure you leave a comment, smash the subscribe button if you found your way here, and give us a thumbs up if you are here from YouTube. We do appreciate you.
Certainly do.
Things we have going on, Modest K.
What do we have going
on? We have shirts until the 14th.
We do have shirts.
So we're part of Relentless, their Relentless Merchandising's fundraiser thing. And we are for poor artists.
Yes.
Shout out to, I totally understand what Levi was saying with that. Relentless did this as a way to provide money to companies that are losing out 100% right now. We're going to take that money that we make off that, and we're going to, I don't know, we're going to do something good for the community.
Yeah, we're definitely going to use it for the artists that have been, like, displaced during this time and unable to perform. So
But we do have to sell 20 shirts. I believe we're at 15. We have until April 14th. So if you want one of those shirts, they come in like many different colors. Then after all of this, we can get together at one of our free shows that we're going to be throwing, and we could all have like matching shirts. So it'll be dope.
Definitely. What do we have?
Did I yell at her?
Shout out to everybody.
Big shout out to Kayla. She is she's making all of this happen. She makes it all possible. We're doing this at a quicker pace. We're gonna start maybe doubling up interviews. We really encourage you to go and follow us on YouTube. That's where it happens. That's where the magic's at. So shout out to Smoke Break. They have a new visual coming up, and make sure you go and check out We Are the Noise. That video was edited and shot by Morgan. Shout out to him. Shout out to all our Nice Enough family.
Yes. Make sure you are checking on your homies and your grannies and your grandpies and washing your fucking hands, especially.
Somebody said, where do we get the shirts? We'll drop a link, or if somebody can drop a link in the comment section, that would be awesome. If not, I'll come back and do it later, Louis.
Yep.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, check on everybody. The people that you think have it easy, check on them too.
The strong friends, check on them.
Yeah, the people that annoy you, that aunt that posts weird shit all over Facebook that you've blocked a few times, call her. Check on your asshole cousins.
Yeah, definitely.
Do all of that. Treat each other decent.
Super decent. This is hard times for everyone.
Absolutely. Modest K, do we want to end with your joke of the day?
Oh, yeah. My joke of the day. All right. What is Beethoven? How did I say that? What is Beethoven's?
Gorilla Pimp.
For real though, what is Beethoven's favorite fruit?
It's all fizzy in my mouth. Hold on.
Oh no.
Beethoven's favorite fruit.
Beethoven's favorite fruit.
Does anybody have an answer? Should we wait a second and see if they have an answer? What is Beethoven's favorite fruit? Kayla, give us the answer.
Banana. Banana.
Well, that's Modest K's joke of the day. We do appreciate you. Tomorrow we are doing Jay Influential. You can see the ad above me. It's been popping up. There it is. Boom. Right there. Jay Influential, live from the graveyard. Shout out to Bodes.
Tomorrow night.
Yep. And we still have Tilly, and we have Minus the Infinite on Saturday. Ooh. So then we're announcing next week's schedule. It's going to look a little crazy.
We're going to have a crazy schedule next week.
But we do, just hang in there with us. We don't think you have to hang out with us every time we do an interview. But if you come back and you check out our YouTubes when you're bored, you're running out of shit to do on Netflix, you could be part of getting the Nice Enough Entertainment YouTube like popping.
Shout out to everybody catching the replay.
All right. Is that all we have for self-serving bullshit, Kayla?
I think so.
We love you guys.
Have a good night. We love you a lot.